Lovely and lock the world and done. Lock the world and done. Lovely and your time come. Fake news no run. And you bring all the gal them fun. Sending us up to the time, you know it's Kartel. Representing for Lovelane TV. #1 vlogger. Done. Oh.
So today was the final day in Vybz Kartel retrial hearing. And we saw where the Court of Appeal questioned why the state is prioritizing Lizard murder, given the fact that the two cases that was sent back for retrial from 2018 was a kid, in fact a 14-year-old that was killed by a police officer, and a lady who was beheaded by her spouse. And by the way, up until now, none of those cases has any set date for retrial. But anyhow, the Court of Appeal has questioned what's unique about the murder of Clive Lizard Williams, which has caused the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution to be keen on retrying Vybz Kartel and his co-accused for the crime 13 years later. The question was put to Acting Director of Public Prosecution Claudette Thomas on the final day of the retrial hearing for the accused men. And by the way, before you listen to village lawyers, you know the Sheen, Johnny Cochran, and the Timo, Bert Samuels, before you listen to them, what the lady basically explain is that because first, I know them will come out and say the judge seems like them a take side with the defendant. But what the lady basically explain is that what is so special about this case that involves Vybz Kartel, given the fact that both cases that was sent back for retrial involve a minor, a 14-year-old, as to what I stated initially, that was killed by a police officer, right? And a lady who was beheaded by her spouse. And again, that case was sent back for retrial from 2018, and up until now, no date has been set for that retrial or those retrial. So what is so special about this case that you're going to pull all the strings that you possibly can to get a retrial as soon as 2025 when them have case from 2018 where them don't even look on? So most of the bias by now. But anyhow, take a listen to this audio from someone who was actually in the court, and this gonna get more insight from it. So take a listen.
The stark question was put to the prosecution after Justice MacDonald Bishop expressed her discomfort with the fact that two other murder cases sent back to the Supreme Court in the last 6 years were yet to be retried. The justice noted that in one of the matters, the accused is alleged to have beheaded his spouse, while in the other, a policeman is accused of murdering a 14-year-old child. Justice MacDonald Bishop wanted to know what distinguishes the murder of Clive Lizard Williams, which would cause the prosecution to seem to be prioritizing this case above the others. The senior jurist questioned out loud why the prosecution was placing a higher premium on Williams's murder than in the other cases that were sent back for trial. Justice MacDonald Bishop pointed out that in the other cases, one victim was a female and the other was a child. She wanted to know what would place Williams's case above the other two, which have yet to be retried. Acting DPP Claudette Thompson told the court that the prosecution was not concerned solely about victims or placing a premium on one murder over another. She told the justices that Kartel's matter could be distinguished from the other two because the Crown was ready to proceed and its witnesses were in place. Justice MacDonald Bishop noted that the question she posed was necessary because, should the court order a retrial, it would affect the administration of justice in other matters currently awaiting retrial. The acting DPP told the court that a retrial in the Kartel matter was important due to the seriousness of the murder, the nature of the crime, the prevalence of murder, the strength of the case against the men, and the fact that the witnesses are available. The senior prosecutor also told the court that the public interest in the matter demands that the case be tried on its merits and not merely dismissed on a technicality. Ms. Thompson told the judges that the cost of a retrial should not be weighed too heavily because no price should be placed on a citizen's life, regardless of the character of the victim in the matter. The office of the DPP is seeking to retry Vybz Kartel, whose given name is Adidja Palmer, Sean Campbell, Andre St. John, and Kahira Jones for the 2011 murder of Clive Lizard Williams. Williams's body has never been found. The UK-based Privy Council overturned the convictions in March this year due to jury issues in the original trial. The Court of Appeal has indicated it will deliver its ruling as to whether the men will be retried or freed by July 31.
So as you can hear, the judge bring across the question and the prosecution response was the reason why them willing to go above and beyond to get an early retrial in this case as soon as 2025 is because they currently have all the witnesses on board. Then the judge said the question that she asked was necessary because if the court should issue a retrial, it would affect the administration of justice of other matters currently awaiting trial. And I'm not a liar. I'm just a average hombre. Forward on YouTube, every now and then. Yeah, we maybe have on 5C sec. But the closest we ever been to a college was on one of the premises trying to apply. And then we find out the cost per semester and realize if we decide to go through with this, we possibly have to go use student loan. And that's something that we never But to each his own still. But anyhow, that's beyond my point. What I'm basically saying is what the judge is pointing out. It is nothing complicated. You don't have to be a rocket scientist for understand or for see the direction where the lady appointed in. And I know one of my favorite liars, or I should say Sheen liars and Timu liars, right? Get this information, I'm going to twist it and turn it and make it seems like something that it is not. But don't listen to them. In fact, you can listen to them, but while not listen to them, think for yourself. Think for yourself. Because the same information when I'm going to go forward with, you don't have access to it. You get me? So I'm going to read and understand it. And I know there's a difference between reading and understanding. But not because someone, can come say something and say some things and apply some other type of words to it and somewhat sound convincing, it cloud in the judgment there. Because me get to find out so some people can come out and come say anything. Anything. You get me? And some people jump on the tally or jump on the train and say, hip, hip, hooray. When it's something bad. The other day we hear about a shooting where them say, a police went up a car, right? And a 14-year-old youth. It must run 2 or 3 shots in him head or something like that. Right? And I don't know, Virgin. To me, Jamaica gone. And the comments them we must see in the comment section of those videos, it is a shame. Them people don't even have sympathy upon as much as a 14-year-old youth. And it is not like it was a person or it was a child, who fall from a hostile area. You know what I mean? So them can get influenced or get drawn in to certain things. It wasn't the case. But to all the people them bash the youth, them did the wrong for run from the police, but my God, man, have some sympathy. It was a 14-year-old. And me hear on a favorite talk about cases that involves teens, like 13-year-old teen. And on a same one in the comment section. Hey, sometime. Anyway, viewer subscribers, I don't know it go. For now, I'm going to leave the video right here. So on the boy lovely and always a great latest to know as soon as possible. So until next time, big up on yourself every time. I'm out.